Check this out. I made a 3D printed Lightbox out of my logo, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Look at that. First off, I apologize for the background in the room. I am reorganizing my toy room, which happens to be my makerspace also, so that is always going to be in flux. As this channel grows, everything else around me is going to grow with it, especially, like I said, making these, well, this one right here, this light box, which was one of my favorite things I've printed so far in my list of prints that I'm doing. So with that, guys, I'm going to take you on the journey of how I did it. Now, there are a few ways that you can do things like this for your printer. Now, I strongly recommend the multicolor system. You absolutely could do it with individual prints and then glue them in place. But for this video, I'm just going to go about how I did this one using my Bambu lab with the AMS system, the multicolor. So, and in the future, I will do other things that will maybe make projects for just individual prints to glue in place, just to kind of cover all basis of people who have different kind of printers. Not everybody has the multicolor, but that's why I'm doing these videos, so I can hopefully help people make those decisions if they're going to get into like the multicolor systems or whatnot. Anyway, I digress on that. Let's get into this build. So the first thing I needed a vectored style graphic from my logo. I converted my logo into something that was easily imported into either my Fusion 360 or straight into Bambu Studios Maker Labs, that's what we're going to do today. But if anybody wants to do this and make their own files on their own, you're going to need a software, you know, kind of like Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, or a Corel Draw, something where you can convert artwork into a vector-based style, and therefore you could export it as an SVG, import it into your 3D modeling program, and then create your files. But for this purposes, what I did is I did create my own vectored artwork from my logo. I used Corel Draw to do it, and then I just exported as a PNG with a transparent background into Bambu Studios, which we're going to do right now. I'm going to show you how easy this was. Quite honestly, converting this logo was the hardest part of this entire project. Going to the Bambu Lab website, we are going to go ahead and explore the Maker World section here. This is where you would find all the community-driven files that are available for printing, all the projects that are out there. It is absolutely amazing. But this is what really makes Bambu Lab stand out, in my opinion, is this section right here, the Maker Lab. Now, the Maker Lab is a assortment of different, I guess, tutorials, or I don't know if it's AI or whatever it does, but it allows you to kind of make projects on the fly. But we're going to go ahead and explore the Lightbox Maker right here. Now, it's just amazing how easy this is, and I hope everybody has tried to do this because it's been an absolute amazing time. Go ahead and open this up, and this is where we talked about our graphic, our file that we need. Now, you do need this. That is a very important step, because you could let the program generate one for you, but it's never working, in my opinion. It's just not working. So take the time to learn about vector graphics and import your own. So that's what we're going to do here. I already have it ready made, and let's go ahead and open this up. It's going to go ahead and give us a few options on how we want to either crop our image, or if we wanted kind of like a box, light box, or a round light box. I wanted one that was pretty much die cut around my logo, just to make it, you know, more personable. So anyway, I went ahead and circled this free right here. Remove background, don't need it because I am using a PNG file, which does preserve a transparent background. Oops. Okay. Let this generate, and let's see the next steps. Okay, when it's done, we have our vectorized results, and it looks pretty good. This is where you'll find any kind of flaws in your design, or like I said, if you let Bambu Lab itself create it for you, you could try again and do all this stuff. But anyway, I'm satisfied with it. And here's the main reason why I'm satisfied with it. Look at the colors. It only has 4 colors. That was not by accident. That was absolutely on purpose. So that means my vectored artwork is absolutely perfect for this. I have my black, my orange, my green, and my gray, my colors for my logo. Go ahead and hit next, and this is going to basically confirm it. Let it generate it. Now, here is where you can add certain features to this Lightbox. Now, this is a thick Lightbox. This could be mounted on the wall. It could be on your desktop. You can add access points for wires and all that stuff, which is, again, they've thought of everything here. We're just going to go straight to adding the whole section here, and it gives you the rectangle, the circle, and a key. And the key is what I want right now. We're going to go ahead and add that. You can just make it as big or small as you want, but we're going to get the default, add it here. So in case I want to mount this to the wall, it's added. Let's go ahead and I want another access point for a wire in case I want to add the lighting to plug in and not a battery. But again, I think the default works just fine. We're going to just drag that to the bottom. Now I want to add a base, an optional base for it to sit on a desk, anywhere where I want surface, because again, it's a round Lightbox. I don't want it falling. So again, we're going to go ahead and add a base section here. And okay, just click on it and it adds this rectangle base. Now, what's good to note is it lines it up right here, see in the middle. But anything outside of it, that's what's going to be printed, not the inside of it, okay? So don't worry about that. This little alcove here, or this little curve here, is where my Lightbox is going to sit on when we put it on my desktop. Anyway, I like this. I have my access point, I have my wall mount, and my base. Let's go ahead and export this. The default here, just to note, the nozzle side, the default always wants to do a 0.2, but I don't know why anybody would have a 0.2 nozzle for this kind of project. Make sure that is your right nozzle size for it. In this case, 0.4. I'm going to print this on my A1, so it's going to open up the project using my A1 with my combo. Gives you your download option. We're going to go ahead and download it. After it's downloaded, hit open file, and it's going to open up the Bambu Lab Maker, or the slicing software, I'm sorry, and we'll see how the project looks. Okay, it opens up in our Bambu slicing software, and this is why, again, why I love it so much, because it already gave us the separated plates that we need to print out. Here's our 4-color. That's where the AMS shines. Okay, it's going to be printed wrong reading, but when it flips over, it's a right reading logo, which is amazing. Printed face down. It's got our back plate with our keyhole and our access point that we, or access hole that we wanted, and also our base. Again, see how it just kind of gives us a little, just a square with the alcove so it can rest on there. Let's go ahead and get this printed. Now, for you slice techies out there, I just wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up. I went ahead, when this imported, it gave us all the Bambu Lab defaults over here on the side here for the parameters of the slicing. I didn't like any of it. I was getting failed prints. So I went ahead and just did my own, basically a defaulted Bambu Lab A1 settings, which was the 0.2 millimeter standard layer height, and I just changed my speeds in half for slower printing. That's all I did to make it work. I just didn't really want to mess with the actual settings that this had, because I think there was a lot to do with that first layer, ironing and stuff like that. It just did not work on the textured plate that I have on my printer. It might work with a smooth plate or a cold, what do they call it, cold press plate or something like that. Those might work, but for my purposes and what I did for my printer, just the defaulted ones with the speed cut straight in half for all the the parameters there worked out really good for me. Anyway, just a little bit, again, just a little bit for you guys that are into the slicing settings. Just want to explain on how I did this. Let's get this to the printer and see what happened. time out. So real fast, what you're seeing being printed there was this version right here. This had the gray print in there. Now, just kind of like a quick reminder, make sure that the colors that you're choosing are very transparent with light. Doesn't mean they have to be transparent filaments. It's just that some colors do not work. For example, the gray didn't work too much. I got my little iPhone light here. This is not really doing it justice, but trust me, all the other colors were shining really good, but the gray just was very dull and it did not look good at all. So this one right here, the back one, the final one, I switched the gray to white. Anyway, again, choose the right colors. And if it has to alter the logo a little bit, then cool. But in the future, I know that grays are not going to be as vibrant. So back to the assembly. There you have it. It's my very own Lightbox. This is going to be my centerpiece to my whole Maker Lab setup when I get this whole room done, which is kind of cool to bring 3D printing into the environment to make your surroundings even better. And I think this project was absolutely key. I learned so much with it. I learned what filaments, what to use, not to use. I learned about printing, slicing settings, what to use, not to use. The strip lighting that I use, I just honestly went to Amazon and typed in battery operated because that was what I wanted. I didn't really want to plug it, even though I made the access port for it. I still wanted a battery operated so I can move it to anywhere I want. And I just got a minimal 3-foot strip light. You could cut it to the size you want, but I didn't need it. As you saw, I just kind of coiled it around the sign. It worked perfect. It has different settings on here, like let's see here if I can make it happen. See it, like, look at that. It's got cool different things that I probably will never use, but it's cool anyway. Anyway, if you guys want the link, let me know in the comments to that particular strip lighting, and I will present it to you guys, or I'll put it in there for you guys to check out. I know what I'm getting everybody for Christmas and the holidays and their birthdays and everything. I'm going to be making projects like this for their favorite teams, favorite whatever movies. What is really cool to make kind of these signs for Star Wars and stuff like that for the collection, right? Again, using that hobby to enhance your environment. It's all about it. Awesome. So like and subscribe, hit that bell notification. This is a project in between many projects I'm doing. I'm all trying to document it here. I do this part-time, so just bear with me if videos are a little bit more lengthy in between, but trust me, they're coming. I've been losing more hair out of the droid builds that I'm doing, and I will explain why, because it's not all glamorous. The journey is not all glamorous, but it's all about that end result, and that's what I want to try to present to you guys more. So anyway, thank you so much for making it all the way to this end of this video. Leave a comment if you enjoyed this. Leave a comment for what you want me to print in between all these other projects I'm doing. Again, 3D printing is life, and I want to present it all. I want to do it all. Thank you very much. I will see you guys on the next video.